Good morning, everyone. It is 25 degrees, partly cloudy. It is April 24th, and today I'm going to talk about being motivated. Being motivated! This is something that is never really talked about unless you are most likely in athletics or something of that nature. Usually in academics, it's only put as a deadline. And I think this is an atrocity. I think people need to be taught, people need to understand, people need to learn how to focus and how to motivate themselves and to do what they want to do. Because there are so many external things vying for your time, and that's what I'm going to talk about. And I'm talking about some simple ways that I found to get rid of those external time takers. So, we all wake up, we all have the same amount of time to do whatever we want to do. But usually by the time we wake up, we're in autopilot mode. And being focused means that before you even wake up, you already have a plan, you already have things that you want to do. And this idea of a plan, I think, is so really important. That at the beginning of your day, whatever it is, you already know, it's already in your mind what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and then you start off in the morning like a bullet. You get up, and I'm not saying you got to run out of bed. You get up, you say, okay, I want to do these things, and you start to do those things. You start to actively go about your day, fulfilling, making those check marks, and moving on. Now, the opposite is you wake up, you wander around, maybe you start to make breakfast, you maybe check your phone for 30 minutes, and you're just in a haze. And we all go through this, we've all done this, and that is fine if that's the way you want to live your life. If you want to live your life in a haze, and you want to live your life always wondering where the time went, or why you're not doing anything, or why other people are doing other things, then that's fine. Go ahead and just go watch another music video and no big deal. But if you want to do anything, I mean go to college or get a job or write a scientific paper or go to Maui, you gotta have a freaking plan. And again, the plan doesn't need to be 100% detailed, and this is another really super important thing. All you need to do to achieve whatever you want to do, to empower yourself, is have small, daily obtainable goals. I, for a long time, only considered myself a successful writer if I got published. That was it. It was like, if I don't get published, then everything else is crap. And that ideology, that way of thinking is horrible because it puts way too much pressure on this extreme far end goal. And instead, why not say, well, I consider myself a good writer if I write every day, or if I'm constantly making changes, or if I'm writing, if I'm pursuing what I want to do. Now that's a good writer. For example, if you say you want to become thin, say, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds. So you work out, you get on the scale, and oh, you've only lost 5 pounds. Suddenly, boom, you think of yourself as a failure, you haven't done what you want to do, oh boo-hoo, and you go, and you eat some Doritos and a chocolate bar, maybe not all at the same time. And again, this is really a horseshit way of thinking, but this is how most media portrays success. It's only that end goal. And instead, I think keeping those small goals, oh, here comes cars, keeping those small goals in mind and checking those off is really important. So how can we do this? So again, working the night before or the day before. And I'm not saying always be thinking about the future, but say, hey, I want to do this tomorrow. So I've talked about before, an app called Habitica, which is good. But I also have just an old school checklist. I have some pieces of paper taped up on my wall, a bunch of paper, and I can just write down whenever I want, walking around the apartment, what I want to do, or what I worked out today. So I just have a calendar and say what I did that day. And again, charting what you're doing, reflecting on that, and say, okay, my body cannot work out 7 times a day. I'm not that strong yet. Cool. I know this, I have facts, I have details, and I've marked them up, done. This will help you stay focused. So maybe you're not feeling really motivated one day. And you can go back and you can look at your calendar, you can look at your checklist and say, oh, today's the day where I usually feel bad because I worked out really hard the last 2 days. Okay, maybe do yoga, boom. But just ignoring time, ignoring what you want to do, and then sitting down and hoping to do it is horrible. Now, I also understand that we cannot be super successful, super energized all the time. We cannot be racing after our goal all the time. We have so much mental energy that we can spend, and then we need to rest. I completely understand this. Yesterday, I wrote for about 3 or 4 hours, and then I played a little bit of video game, FTL, for about 20 minutes. Now, this is the thing about taking breaks. Make sure that they're timed. Just, again, wearing a watch or setting a timer is really good. Say, okay, my brain is kind of, I just need to relax and take a mental break. Fine. Look at your watch. Say, okay, cool. For 20 minutes, I'm just going to horse around, look at YouTube videos, whatever, play a game, pet my cat, and just go and do that. Just 20 minutes, just check out, just relax, and then say, all right, boom. My mind is now refreshed, and now go back at it. Don't let those little breaks just extrapolate, expand, and just take the better of you, and suddenly you're sucked into a YouTube marathon. Having a watch, in my opinion, is one of the best things you can do to keep yourself focused and motivated and on track. And saying, okay, maybe you did get sucked into a YouTube video. I talked about this before. Fine. I have a problem with that. I need to be more aware of my time. And again, maybe setting an alarm is the best thing for you. Having those daily goals, having a constant mental understanding of what you want to do, and keeping those goals in the forefront of your mind, because if they're not in the forefront, they're in the back and then they're gone. And those people that are saying, hey, let's go party, hey, let's go out to eat, hey, let's do this, you need to be able to tell them no. You need to be like, hey, I'm cool right now, I'll catch you guys later. And do what you want to do. There's so many people that are going to try and rip at you and take your time, and you need to just have the mental fortitude to be like, nah, I'm good, man. And then do what you want to do. Don't just hang out and expect it to happen, because it won't happen. Whatever it is, drawing, painting, doing good in your studies, it's just all about creating that timetable and getting it done and being proud of that. No matter what the circumstances or no matter what actually happens at the end of that. Maybe you studied really hard and you get a D. Hey, but you earned that D, and that's awesome. Good job for you. Next time you're going to do better. Keep on working at it. Okay, guys, I got to go teach something. Talk to you later. Bye.